I speak these words not as a man lost in doubts, but as a prince who has already walked through fire and chosen to remain in the flames for your sake. Every path that stretched before me, every decision that begged for my judgment, I weighed against the vision of your smile, your peace, your rightful place where no hand can touch you, no voice can shake you. And so I made the choice that will haunt me forever, but will shelter you for all eternity. I cut ties with innocence the day I swore that my heart would not be my own anymore. The day I decided that your future mattered more than the fragments of light left in me. Since then, every smile I've given has been a mask, every gesture calculated, every silence sharpened into a weapon. They call me cold, ruthless, merciless. Perhaps they are right. Perhaps the man they whisper about in the corridors, the one they claim plots in shadows, the one they call the Iron Prince, is no longer the boy I once was. But what they do not see, what they cannot comprehend, is that all of this was for you. That I wear the armor of cruelty only so you may walk unarmored, unscared, untouched. And when they tried to offer me other paths, when they spoke of alliances and sacrifices, when they told me love was weakness, I remained silent, because they did not deserve to know the truth. They will never understand that my silence was not surrender, it was devotion. For in my silence, I was listening to your heartbeat, even across the distance, even when the world tried to pull you from me. Why, baby, I decided it for you. I chose the pain, the endless wars in council chambers, and on blood-soaked fields, so you would never have to lift a blade. I chose the weight of crowns, heavy with betrayal and blood, so your head would rest free of burdens. I chose to carve my soul into steel, so that you would never feel the sharpness of this world's cruelty. And if the gods themselves stood before me, questioning the righteousness of my decision, I would not falter. I would tell them that I gave up everything for you, and I would do it again. For even if the world burns, if my name is cursed for 1,000 generations, none of it matters as long as you live, as long as you breathe, as long as the throne that I have protected with blood and fire belongs to you. Because, my baby, I decided it for you. And that decision cannot be undone. I remember the exact moment I carved this vow into my soul. The council hall was filled with voices arguing, demanding, each noble clawing for their own advantage. They threw your name like a stone across the table, as though you were a bargaining piece, not my reason to exist. My jaw locked, my hands tightened around the arms of my chair, but I did not raise my voice. I did not need to. For in that silence, I made my decision. I would not allow them to decide your fate. I would not allow their greedy fingers to touch the threads of your future. If I had to burn every treaty, shatter every bond, exile every serpent dressed as an Hollywood. And I did. That day, something in me hardened beyond repair. That day, I ceased to be their prince and became your weapon. From then on, every step I took was calculated with you as the measure. I abandoned the dreams I once had, the freedoms that were promised to me at birth. I locked away the boy who once believed in kindness, in trust, in the warmth of human loyalty. That boy would have been too fragile to survive what was coming. So I buried him beneath the crown, beneath the armor, beneath the ruthless stare that even the bravest knights lower their eyes before. And when they whisper of me in fear, when they call me unyielding, merciless, cursed, let them. They are not wrong. I became all those things so that you would never have to. Do you know what it is to be feared by your own court? To walk into a hall and watch men who once thought themselves untouchable flinch at your silence. To see your reflection in their terrified eyes, and recognize that you have become a monster of necessity. I do. And I carry that weight without complaint. Because what they cannot see, what they will never be allowed to see, is that every strike, every ruthless command, every decision that painted my hands with shadows, was done with one thought burning inside me, your safety, your peace, your untouched future. There were nights when I stood on the balcony, the kingdom stretching endlessly beneath me, stars scattered across a black sky. And in those moments, when the world was silent, when even the guards dared not speak, I felt the fracture inside me most. I would close my eyes, and whisper your name, letting it echo against the emptiness of my chest, as if saying it could fill the hollow I carved when I chose this path. I thought of the life I might have had if I had been selfish, if I had chosen love instead of duty, if I had allowed myself the smallest piece of happiness at your side. But then I would remember the vultures, sir. The night was deep, the kind of night that muffles even the sound of breath, when the message reached me. A traitor. Not among the council, not among the servants, but among the guards, those sworn with blood to protect you. One of them dared whisper your name into the ears of my enemies, dared imagine the thought of selling you for coin, as though gold could ever compare to the fire in your smile, the purity of your presence. When they dragged him before me, bound and shaking, I did not rise at once. I let the silence wrap the room like a noose. I let him taste his own heartbeat in his throat while my eyes studied him as though he were already a corpse. He tried to speak, tried to beg. My Lord, mercy. The word cut through me like poison. Mercy. As if such a thing existed in my world, in my kingdom, in my heart. As if mercy had not already been burned away long ago, when I chose you above all else. My voice was low, but it carried through the chamber like a storm. You did not betray me, I said. You betrayed her. I watched his eyes widen, his face pale. He thought he had wronged me, but I made sure he understood the truth. His crime was far worse. I rose then, and the hall seemed to bow with me. My hand gripped the blade at my side, and for a moment I considered making it quick, ending him in a single strike. But not quickness was too kind. His betrayal deserved a lesson, a warning carved into flesh that others would never forget. I ordered them to hold him down, and I looked into his eyes, as I spoke the words that would damn him. For every thought you had of her, for every whisper of her name you dared place in enemy ears, I will take from you piece by piece until nothing remains. You will not die tonight. You will learn what it means to betray what is mine. And when it was done, when the hall echoed with screams and the stone floor was slick with his punishment, I stood untouched, unshaken. The others looked at me with horror, some with awe, but none dared meet my gaze. Let them fear me. Let them whisper about the monster I have become. They may hate me, they may curse my name, but none of that matters not while you are safe,